Hi, this is Chris again, and I just wanted to shoot you a quick video because I was just reflecting on something that happened to me at the weekend, or something I overheard, where we were at an event and there was a Q&A panel discussion, and some people on stage were talking about how much certain things cost. And there were two people behind me who I could hear were just having this conversation with each other about, isn't it unfair how things cost so much? And one was saying about their own circumstances, and the other was saying, yes, it's awful, it's awful. What was happening there is they were both talking each other down in this negative spiral of conversation. There was no moment of challenge where one of them said, really, do you know what? I think we could afford that if we wanted to, or do you know, we really want to do this so much. Let's just find a way of affording it. So what was happening was they were accepting their version of today's reality as if it was determined to be tomorrow's reality as well. Now, actually, the amount we were talking to, the Q&A that we were listening to, it was actually I was there for my it was the university that my daughter is going to go to, and they were talking about accommodation costs for the year ahead. And I was thinking, God, this is now. So probably the two people behind me weren't running their own business, but I just thought it's this psychology, this negative spiral that people get into, and how can you live life like that? Why do people spend so much time focusing on how tough things are or what they can't have? You see, if you maintain that as your focus, that you can't have something or that something is out of your reach financially, then guess what? Of course, you're dead right. But if you have a different attitude and a different mindset that says, well, okay, that is really important. So this accommodation option for next year for my daughter, that is really important. And presumably for their son or daughter, that is really important. So for them, if they were thinking, how are we going to afford that? Surely the better question, or a great question to be asking right now, is, so what do we need to do in order to be able to afford that? So that was in a personal situation where they were talking about accommodation for their son or daughter's university costs. But it got me thinking about, I wonder how many people running businesses, especially smaller businesses, who kind of wish they could grow, but in reality believe that they can't. And if that's you, I'd like to invite you to think about something that would make a real difference to your business, some investment that you really want to make. It might be taking on a new person. It might be doing a particular marketing campaign. It might be a piece of a big expenditure that you need to make that will really start to make a difference in the business. And if you're believing at the moment that you can't afford it, let me invite you to think about that in a different way, and that is to ask a different question. And that question is, what do you need to do in order to be able to afford it? What are the steps that you need to take so that you will be able to amass that amount of money? If you start focusing on how to do something rather than focusing on the idea that I can't do that, it's out of reach, you're going to start finding solutions. You're going to start building momentum into the business, and it will make the world of difference. So if you're brave enough and prepared to share some comments on this page, and say what is it that you are struggling, or what mindset do you have, and what do you believe is out of your reach, or probably better, what did you believe was too expensive or not affordable that you're now going to ask yourself a different question to? Share that with people on this page. See what people are thinking. It'd be great to share that information. I hope you find that thought-provoking, and I look forward to speaking to you again in the future.